Lisa and Carla Connor Swain may have tied the knot earlier this year, but it's set to be a distressing time for the happy couple as Betsy is rushed to hospital after she collapses at the family home. While the cause of the incident is yet to be revealed, a new promotional video, which can be viewed below, depicts the moment where Betsy is driven away from number 6. An anxious Carla arrives at the ward, with a concerned Lisa at her daughter's bedside. Due to her job as a police officer, Lisa gets her thinking cap on, and begins to investigate the matter. As per a press release, she demands answers, and lets accusations fly, while Betsy comes to terms with a life-changing diagnosis. Though we don't know the specifics of the upcoming storyline, it has been revealed that Dylan Wilson, Betsy's boyfriend, will come under suspicion as Lisa frantically tries to understand what's happened. Betsy's life is on the line, and Lisa is absolutely terrified that she's going to lose her precious girl, teases our Weatherfield insider. Emotions are already running high at the hospital as Lisa and Carla wait for news. But there's a massive twist when Lisa has reason to believe that Dylan is responsible for what Betsy is going through, and she sees red, they continued, before noting that Dylan would be in total shock when faced with the accusations. Things turn very nasty very fast, and even when Betsy begs Lisa not to blame Dylan, she won't let it go, they added. In fact, she's not only blaming Dylan but is also determined to get justice, and reports him to the police. Dylan is subsequently arrested in dramatic fashion, and his spirits are lowered further when Lauren Bolton falsely says that Betsy doesn't want to see him any longer. In an enraged state, Dylan blames Brody Michaelis for the situation. Lauren reports this information back to Betsy and Brody, but it remains to be seen if Dylan's claims are true. Either way, with the accusations coming left, right and center, it's sure to be a dramatic time on the cobbles. Elsewhere on the ITV soap, legendary actor Bill Roache will reportedly be the subject of a special documentary from ITV, with the program being a celebration of his record-breaking 66-year stint in the role of Ken Barlow. Coronation Street is preparing to deliver one of its most emotional and gripping storylines of the year as Betsy Swain faces a devastating medical crisis that threatens to change her future forever. After months of family turmoil, heartbreak and shocking revelations, the teenager is about to confront a battle no one saw coming. The upcoming episodes begin like any ordinary day in Weatherfield. Betsy enjoys a quiet evening with Dylan Wilson, and for a brief moment, it appears that life is finally settling down. But that sense of peace doesn't last long. In terrifying scenes, Betsy suddenly collapses at home and is later discovered unconscious on the kitchen floor. Panicked family members immediately call for an ambulance as she is rushed to Weatherfield General Hospital, where doctors race against time to determine what caused the frightening collapse. As Carla Connor and DS Lisa Swain arrive at the hospital, they are overwhelmed with fear. Having already endured years of emotional trauma involving Betsy's family, neither woman is prepared for what comes next. Medical staff quickly perform emergency scans while Betsy remains under close observation. Initially, doctors struggle to explain why she collapsed, leaving everyone fearing the worst. The situation becomes even more alarming when Betsy suddenly suffers a seizure during further hospital examinations. Nurses and doctors rush into action while Lisa watches helplessly from outside the room, unable to do anything except pray that her daughter survives the terrifying ordeal. After hours of anxious waiting, specialists finally deliver the news. Betsy has been diagnosed with epilepsy, a neurological condition that causes recurring seizures. Although the diagnosis answers many of the doctor's questions, it also marks the beginning of a completely new chapter in Betsy's life. For Betsy, the diagnosis comes as a massive emotional shock. She struggles to process what living with epilepsy could mean for her future. Questions begin flooding her mind. Will she ever feel safe being alone again? Can she continue living independently? What happens if another seizure strikes unexpectedly? The uncertainty leaves the teenager frightened and overwhelmed. Meanwhile, Lisa blames herself for not recognizing the warning signs sooner. As a police officer, she's used to protecting others, but this is one situation she simply cannot control. Carla tries to remain the calm voice of reason, reminding Lisa that epilepsy can affect anyone and that no one could have predicted what was about to happen. However, emotions soon spiral out of control. Suspicion begins falling on Dylan after Lisa becomes convinced that something must have happened before Betsy collapsed. Unable to accept that the diagnosis could simply be the result of a medical condition, Lisa starts asking difficult questions. Did Dylan notice anything unusual? Was Betsy acting differently? Could someone have accidentally, or deliberately, put her in danger? Her determination to uncover every detail creates fresh tension between the families. Dylan insists he has done nothing wrong and is devastated that anyone could believe he was responsible. Betsy herself pleads with Lisa to stop blaming him, insisting that Dylan was only trying to help her. Despite Betsy's wishes, Lisa refuses to let the matter rest. The storyline explores not only the physical effects of epilepsy but also the emotional consequences for everyone involved. For Betsy, accepting the diagnosis proves incredibly difficult. Simple everyday activities suddenly become sources of anxiety. She worries about returning to school, seeing friends, traveling alone and even cooking meals after remembering that she collapsed in the kitchen. Every ordinary moment now carries uncertainty. Carla encourages Betsy not to let epilepsy define who she is. She reminds the teenager that thousands of people live full, successful lives after receiving the same diagnosis. With the right medication, support and medical care, there is every reason to remain hopeful. Still, adapting to such a major life change isn't easy. The story also highlights the emotional strain placed upon carers and loved ones. Lisa becomes fiercely protective, watching Betsy's every move and refusing to leave her side. While her intentions come from love, Betsy gradually begins feeling smothered. She wants independence. Lisa wants safety. The conflict between those two desires creates powerful emotional scenes that many families dealing with long-term health conditions may recognize. Meanwhile, Carla finds herself caught in the middle, trying to support both Lisa and Betsy while holding the family together during one of the toughest periods they've ever faced. The diagnosis also forces Dylan to confront his own feelings. Feeling unfairly blamed, he wonders whether his relationship with Betsy can survive the pressure. Although he continues visiting the hospital with gifts and messages of encouragement, Lisa remains deeply suspicious of him, creating an uncomfortable atmosphere every time he appears. As weeks pass, Betsy slowly begins learning more about epilepsy and how to manage her condition. Doctors explain treatment options, medication plans, and lifestyle adjustments designed to reduce the risk of future seizures. Rather than portraying Betsy as a victim, the storyline focuses on resilience. Viewers will see her gradually regain confidence while discovering that a diagnosis does not mean giving up on dreams or ambitions. Instead, it becomes the beginning of a journey filled with courage, determination, and hope. Coronation Street has earned praise in recent years for tackling important health issues with sensitivity, and this latest storyline looks set to continue that tradition. By placing Betsy at the center of such an emotional narrative, the soap shines a light on epilepsy and the challenges faced by many families living with the condition every day. The story promises heartbreak, family conflict, and powerful performances from the cast, particularly as Lisa and Carla struggle to protect the person they love most while learning that some battles cannot simply be solved overnight. For Betsy, the road ahead will undoubtedly be difficult. There will be setbacks. There will be fear. There will be moments when she questions whether life will ever feel normal again. But there will also be hope. Supported by her family, friends, and medical team, Betsy begins taking the first steps toward accepting her diagnosis and reclaiming control over her future. The emotional storyline is expected to become one of Coronation Street's biggest talking points, delivering a moving reminder that even after life-changing news, strength can be found in the people who stand beside you. As Weatherfield rallies around Betsy, viewers can expect unforgettable scenes that combine heartbreak, hope, and the enduring power of family, proving once again why Coronation Street continues to tell stories that resonate long after the credits roll. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Crown ST.